How the heck are we going to recover from this mess? If it's you guys in the United States, we are MAGA morons voting for Donnie Trump, or our lot in the United Kingdom voting for the Brexit, who are also quite keen on the Farage. Ooh, crikey. How the hell are we going to recover from this sickness? Well, the United Kingdom should be your example. Your example on how not to do trade. You see, the Brexit has seriously damaged the UK's ability to trade with its closest and largest trading bloc, the European Union. Anyway, before I get into it, let's go in and boot the old like button. And maybe subscribe to the channel and tickle the little bell icon. Because then you get one first thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. It's called a notification. Well, what the heck have we done to ourselves? So I hope you MAGA lot over there are watching closely, and sane people as well. Because the United Kingdom imposed red tape. Now, red tape effectively means money. It's a cost. It applies costs. Costs in the form of, well, experts to sign off goods, such as, veterinary, for instance, for all meat products. And because of that and other issues, British food exports to the European Union have dropped by $3 billion a year since Brexit. Flippin' hell, how the hell are you going to explain that one, Brexiters? Plus, it's cost the actual exports a huge amount of money facilitating all this. You see, the vets are not free. Documentation ain't free. Nothing's free. It's a cost. And so are tariffs. Even for the United Kingdom, some products that we export into the EU, we have to pay tariffs on because of rules of origin, etc., etc. You guys have had to apply tariffs on pretty much everything. 60% on China, 25% on Canada and Mexico, 20-odd% on the United Kingdom, and so forth. Donald Trump thinks it's a negotiation tactic, which you could argue that it is. But who's going to be paying the price? You are. Just like the Brits are regarding the Brexit. So the farmers in the UK have been protesting because they ain't doing very well since Brexit. But, they'll come up with some other excuse. But we know that for a fact they've lost their subsidies. It's been replaced with stuff that don't really fill the gap. And that's dwindling further next year. They're all going to be putting solar panels on their fields, you see, instead, to make money. And now, at last, they're going to have to pay some inheritance tax. It's half what everyone else have to pay, but some of them, quite frankly, they're not custodians of the land. No, the farmers, no. They rape the land. They overtill the land. They destroy all the biostructures. They apply fertilizers, pesticides, weed killers, and they try and tell us that they're custodians of the land. They're killing every bloody thing. I have very little sympathy, but we still need food. Now, it's the same for you guys and girls in the United States. You still need food. But 60% of your tomatoes come from Mexico. Don't you like tomatoes? I know you like tomato sauce. But also, not just from Mexico. Tomatoes are coming from China. China. Yes, they are. Oh, along with your garlic. China is one of the biggest, well, is the biggest exporter of garlic. And we know there's a lot of Italians in the United States who like garlic because they like the pizzas and the pastas and etc. Of course they like the garlic. I like garlic. Christ's sake, why wouldn't you? It's gorgeous stuff. Oh, roasted garlic. Oh my God, it'll give me hungry. Anyway, so what have we done to ourselves with this Brexit? Well, we're making an example of ourselves. That's what we've done. And quite frankly, I've been going on about this for several years now, and I think we need to award the Brexiters. I'll be making you mag a lot your own as well, you see. The I told you so medallion. Yes, you wear it around your neck like that. Okay? Alright? If you're a farmer, I'll make you a nose ring. Alright? You can wear it all one of your cows. Plonkers. Anyway. Why are we doing that? Probably. Anyway, this is in the Guardian, alright? British food exports to the excuse me, to the European Union has fallen 3 billion a year since Brexit. If you wonder why my voice sounds like this, because I keep getting comments, I have fibromyalgia and it's buggered up my vocal cords, okay? I have to take all sorts of bloody stuff. And I get too much phlegm and shit like that. Anyway, you want to know about that, do you, really? So, when I get excited, I go raspy. I'm excited, okay? Not in a good way, no. It's kind of an angry excitement. Like, how the hell can people be this bloody stupid? Stupid is as stupid does. You vote against your own best interests? Well, quite frankly, you're stupid. No argument there, is there? Well, you see. Talks like that. So, British food exports to the EU have fallen 3 billion a year since Brexit. You don't say. Don't forget about all the other trade we do. We're crippled ourselves. It's just the food. So, exports of British food to the European Union have dropped by nearly 3 billion a year since Brexit, trade think tank has said. And this is the Centre of Inclusive Trade Policy, the CITP, has found that the export of UK food and agricultural products to the European Union has fallen by more than 16%, which is equates to around 2.83 billion fewer value of exports a year. It's quite a lot of money for our little economy, at 2.7 trillion, isn't it? And that's just one area. Now, when they told us our exports going to be down by 4 billion, it looks like it's going to be down some more, doesn't it? In fact, a trade economist, I forgot his name now. Oh my giddy aunt, Alan Posner. Anyway, the guy who said Brexit is shit. And he said it's going to be near 6 billion in exports. Well, the report said that while the fall coincided with events such as the fallout from COVID, and you got obviously bringing that up in COVID, and the war in Ukraine and what have you, that's obviously caused problems. But we're talking about before all this happened, before Brexit. It's 3 billion a year lower than before Brexit. We should add some growth. But no. We decided to cut a nose off to spite our face. That's why my nose is stumpy, you see. I did that once. Anyway, so exports of meat, dairy products have forked out more than 205 million just on export health certificates. Where you get your vets in and stuff like that, poke the meat about and just see a bit of chewing, what have you, on the corner to see if it's good. I don't know how they do it, but there you go. Now, Keir Starmer. Oh, Keir Starmer. The UK Prime Minister. He's like our version of your Donald Trump, but a little bit more sane. But a lot more boring, if you know what I mean. I have to admit, Donald Trump is quite fun to watch, especially when he's dancing. He looks like he's milking a pair of giraffes. That he does. Don't you say? Well, Keir Starmer. That promise is pie in the sky. It's blinking unicorns. That's what it is. It's not going to happen. You see, we've diverged way too far. We don't comply with the European Union anymore on most stuff. You see, we've signed up to trade deals. That was pretty much, sold our life away, our soul. Now, the paper also found that since Brexit, and the EU and the UK have diverged in a number of areas, and the EU has introduced even stricter standards on neonics, pesticides, glyphosate, and what have you, 360GL, and veterinary drugs, and packaging. Don't forget the not for the EU stickers, and all this shit. You're about to do pretty much the same for yourselves by applying tariffs. You're going to put that cock block. This is our cock block. You're going to just literally make everything too expensive and nobody buys it. And importers will say, oh, we can't take the risk. You see, when you import goods, let's say, for instance, you're going to import 100 of something. You make the assumption that I'm going to sell 80, argument's sake. All right? And because you're going to sell 80, the profit margin knows is enough to cover the 20 that either don't get sold, because you're not going to re-export them, either don't get sold or they get nicked or something like that. There's losses, acceptable losses. Well, if you put the tariffs off, it makes the acceptable losses untenable. So, the only way we are going to get any closer alignment with the European Union is if we harmonise our regulatory requirements, our standards. But while we're importing stuff from abroad, which we're doing considerably at the moment, because we don't grow enough stuff, because the farmers have been, well, they screwed themselves over. Let's be fair about it. How does somebody not know their own industry? How it works? For Christ's sake. You must know where you're selling your products. Why would you put a barrier to trade in your way? You've only got to look at what the other third countries are doing. Yes, the United Kingdom, a third country now. Stupid is as stupid does. That is. So, what can be done if we're looking for solutions? Currently, nothing for the United Kingdom. For you guys and gals in the United States, well, you can have a coup d'etat, get there with your pitchforks and stuff, and make a Donald spit roast. Oh, that God, the spit roast, you saucy devils, you. No. I honestly don't know what else you're going to do. But again, Donald Trump would apply martial law, wouldn't he? I'm not suggesting this is what you do, you know, don't you? I hope you do anyway. But the fact of the matter is, I just don't see any way out of this now. Damaged your country severely by voting for someone like Donald Trump. And the UK has damaged itself severely. Long term, because there's no rejoining anytime soon. It'll take decades for us to be anywhere near in a fit state to join as a new member, because that's what it means. There is no rejoining. There's only joining. No matter what Liz Webster of Save British Farming might tell the people of the United Kingdom, she ain't got a flipping clue. She's talking out of her derriere. Yes, she is a Remainer. She didn't vote for Brexit. I respect that. Because she did know her business. But she doesn't understand how the EU works. And the fact that the EU is a rules-based system. And as soon as you start breaking the rules, the whole system will start falling apart. There's no nuance and there's no light touch regulation. There's regulations. There has to be. Otherwise, every single country in the EU will take the same approach and the whole thing will collapse. It's not rocket science. So yes, Brexiters, you can claim your medallion, but I'm not going to let you in, so you can sod you. I don't like you, all right? Enough. That's it. Just there's no forgiving people like that because I got no remorse. No. So, show some remorse and then maybe we will forgive you because we're nice like that, you see. Anyway, time for me to go, so I'm going to say doodle, but just be careful what you vote for and be careful of what you wish for. The grass isn't always greener on the other side, is it? No. But don't forget to beat the old like button. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button again. Anyway, there you go. Oh, yes. And also, subscribe if you'd be most kind and tickle that little bell icon so you get one first thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. And you want to support the channel, Patreon, to buy us a coffee and the links down below. Well, it's time for me to go. Talking about going. I'm off. There, saw it. Toodaloo.